Welcome to Cabin and Cottage Co., your cozy corner for all things farmhouse design. Here, we celebrate rustic charm, timeless elegance, and the beauty of simple living. Join us as we explore inspiring ideas to bring warmth and character to your home. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments below.
Step into a world where every corner tells a story of timeless elegance and rustic charm. Our journey through this enchanting cottage begins with an exploration of shabby chic design principles that have captured hearts for generations. From the moment you approach the house, you'll notice the careful balance of weathered elegance and cozy comfort. The exterior sets the tone with its soft, muted color palette and vintage architectural details. Inside, each room unfolds like a chapter in a well-loved book, revealing layers of thoughtfully curated decor that blend sophistication with lived-in charm. This style isn't just about decorating. It's about creating a sanctuary that feels both elegant and welcoming, where every scratch and paint chip adds to the story. Floral arrangements in a shabby chic home are more than mere decorative elements. They're the breathing soul of the space. Learn how to create stunning arrangements using a mix of fresh and dried flowers, combining garden roses with wildflowers and delicate baby's breath. The key lies in selecting vessels with character. Think antique pitchers, vintage mason jars, and weathered ceramic vases. We'll explore how to position these arrangements throughout your home to create focal points that draw the eye and add life to every room. The art of flower arranging becomes a weekly ritual, bringing the garden's beauty indoors while maintaining that perfectly imperfect aesthetic. The entryway sets the tone for your entire home, and in cottage style, it should whisper tales of welcome and warmth. Creating the perfect cottage entryway involves layering elements that combine functionality with vintage charm. A distressed console table anchors the space, while a carefully aged mirror reflects light and creates the illusion of more space. Consider adding hooks fashioned from old doorknobs for a practical yet charming touch. The key is to balance decorative elements with practical needs, ensuring the space remains both beautiful and functional. Transforming a living room from ordinary to extraordinarily charming requires an understanding of scale, texture, and patina. Begin with larger pieces. A slip-covered sofa in natural linen, perhaps, or an oversized armchair reupholstered in faded floral fabric. Layer in smaller elements like distressed side tables, vintage frames, and soft, weathered textiles. The goal is to create a space that looks as though it has evolved over time, with each piece telling its own story. Consider how light plays throughout the day and arrange furniture to take advantage of natural illumination. The art of working with soft pastels and neutral palettes requires a delicate touch and understanding of color theory. In country design, these gentle hues create a backdrop that's both soothing and sophisticated. Learn how to layer different shades of white, from crisp cotton to warm ivory, and introduce subtle color through accessories and textiles. The key is to create depth through texture rather than bold color contrasts. Consider how different finishes, matte, glossy, and distressed, can add interest to a neutral palette. A farmhouse sink becomes the heart of a cottage kitchen, serving both practical and aesthetic purposes. These classic fixtures offer deep basins perfect for arranging flowers or washing large pots, while their traditional design adds instant character. The surrounding space should complement the sink's presence. Consider open shelving displaying collections of ironstone, vintage cutting boards propped against the backsplash, and perhaps a window above draped with simple linen curtains. The sink area becomes a focal point that embodies both function and beauty. Creating a bedroom sanctuary involves careful attention to textiles and textures. Layer bedding with vintage quilts, soft linens, and delicate lace throws. The key is to create a nest-like atmosphere that invites rest and relaxation. Mix patterns thoughtfully, perhaps a subtle stripe with a faded floral, united by a common color palette. Consider the weight and feel of each fabric, from lightweight cotton to cozy wool blankets for winter. The bed should be the star of the show, with supporting elements like vintage pillows and cushions adding depth and interest. The hunt for and restoration of antique furniture is an art form in itself. Learn to spot pieces with good bones at flea markets and estate sales, and understand which imperfections add character versus those that need repair. Develop techniques for stripping old paint, fixing loose joints, and achieving that perfect distressed finish. Each piece of furniture should tell a story through its wear patterns and patina. The goal is to create a collection that looks assembled over time rather than purchased all at once. Bringing the garden indoors goes beyond simple flower arrangements. Consider incorporating botanical prints, pressed flowers in vintage frames, and nature-inspired textiles. Create vignettes that celebrate the changing seasons: branches in spring, wildflowers in summer, dried hydrangeas in fall, and evergreen boughs in winter. The key is to maintain a connection to the natural world throughout your home, letting each room reflect the beauty of the garden outside. A vintage vanity serves as both a functional piece and a romantic focal point in any bedroom. Style it with collected treasures, perhaps a silver-backed brush set, vintage perfume bottles, and a delicate jewelry box. The mirror should be positioned to catch natural light, creating a bright spot for morning routines. Consider adding a small vase of fresh flowers and a vintage stool or chair upholstered in a complementary fabric. Glass jars become both storage solutions and decorative elements in a cottage kitchen. Collect various sizes and styles, from traditional mason jars to elegant apothecary bottles. Use them to store dry goods, displaying the natural beauty of ingredients like flour, sugar, and dried beans. Label them with handwritten tags or vintage labels for both practicality and charm. Group them by size or function, creating beautiful vignettes that serve a purpose. The successful integration of old and new elements requires a thoughtful approach to design. Learn to pair contemporary conveniences with vintage charm, ensuring your home remains both functional and beautiful. Consider how modern appliances can be concealed or styled to complement traditional elements. The goal is to create a space that honors the past while embracing the present, where family heirlooms sit comfortably alongside new acquisitions. A rose garden requires careful planning and ongoing maintenance to achieve that romantic, cottage garden look. Choose varieties that complement each other in color and blooming season, ensuring continuous color throughout the growing months. Consider the placement of climbing roses, shrub roses, and ground cover roses to create layers of interest. Learn the art of pruning and deadheading to encourage healthy growth and abundant blooms. The reward is a garden that provides both beauty and fragrance. Architectural details add depth and interest to any space, from crown molding to window trim. Learn how to identify and preserve original features while adding new elements that complement the home's character. Consider adding beadboard wainscoting, ceiling medallions, or decorative corbels to enhance the cottage aesthetic. Each detail should contribute to the overall story of the home while serving a practical or aesthetic purpose. Creating a beautiful cottage-style home doesn't require a huge budget. Learn to spot potential in secondhand finds, master basic DIY skills, and understand where to invest for maximum impact. Focus on key pieces that anchor each room, then fill in with smaller items found at flea markets and thrift stores. Consider painting existing furniture, making your own artwork, and repurposing vintage items in creative ways. The most charming homes often come together slowly, with pieces collected over time rather than purchased all at once.
Thank you for spending time with us at Cabin and Cottage Co. We hope this video brought a touch of farmhouse inspiration to your day. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe for more cozy content, and we'll see you in the next one.